Hey y'all, okay, so I'm back, and this video is going to be a set of instructions from God on how you are to receive and handle your whomever this prodigal is in your life, whether it's a spouse, friend, family member. This is a set of instructions from God on how to receive them once they return back to you. And God has given me slowly over the last year or two this set of instructions little by little. And then I had a dream last night, which is why God brought me back to this and is having me post this today. So in this dream, it was me and my prodigal spouse. God had brought us back together and we were inside of a home. Like I said, we were newly back together when this dream started, and I was kind of like refusing to look at him. I didn't really want to hug him. I didn't want to love on him. But I kept feeling nudged to, although I didn't want to, I kept feeling nudged to like hug him and just love on him. And so I did. We were hugging, just cuddling, but when this took place, I still had refused to like look at him, but something told me to, so I looked at him. I noticed that his hair was darker and it was like a lot fuller. So the way that I have interpreted this dream is that, you know, once he came back and we were back together, I was kind of sitting in a place of like, it almost seemed as though like unforgiveness, like a hardened heart towards him. And I wasn't really wanting to love on him or any of those things, but God kept nudging me to. And then like with the hair being darker and fuller, it kind of, whenever I think of hair, I think of like a covering. So God's saying that, you know, once he returns these people back to you, they are now going to be in a place of living inside of God's will. They're going to be being led by God's way. Was just referencing, God is saying that it's going to be okay. Like if this is a spouse, it's going to be okay to, especially more so of a male spouse. You know, before these men, they were not being led by God, but now he's saying that you can trust them. Once he returns them back to you, they're going to be being led by God, and it's okay to trust them to lead you now. Like in reference to me not wanting to love on him or hug him, touch him, any of that. God is saying that once these people come back, you are to give them grace, mercy, patience, understanding, kindness, compassion. You are to be gentle with them. You are to handle them with care. You are to love them as God has loved you. You know, God has been forgiving of them. God has given them grace. He has given them mercy. He has loved them in all of these ways. So what makes us better that we can't receive this person in the same way that God has? You know what I mean? So God expects us to love them and receive them in the way that he has. We are to not be self-seeking. We're to let our hearts be full of generosity. We're to be forgiving, you know, staying humble. Let's see. Also being welcoming, being a light to them, allowing God to let his light shine through you, where they are able to see God's light shining through you and onto them. Continue just to be spirit-led in conversation, be bold and courageous, while still maintaining respect. So stand and stay firm on the truth, on things that you know are truth, but at the same time as that, remaining respectful, maintaining respect, and, leave behind foolish thoughts and keep your thoughts and emotions clean and pure. This is how we are to receive them once they return back to us. God's saying, although you may be hesitant because they may have, in this separation that has taken place, you may have felt abandoned. They may have mistreated you, mishandled you, just not treated you very kindly, but you have to ask God to soften your heart and renew your heart and your mind, and ask God to soften your heart so that you can receive them once they return back, and receive them in the way that God needs you to. Obviously, forgiveness. Forgive 70 times 7. I know it's hard. I know. Throughout this journey and this process, it is extremely difficult. I know. But for these things to come to pass, for all of these things to come to pass in the way that we desire them to, in the way that God wants it to, we have to forgive, and we have to love them. It's unconditional love, and that's what it's teaching us. This whole process and this whole journey is teaching us unconditional love, and it's getting us ready. If this is like a marriage, it's getting you ready for marriage. If you can't love unconditionally in these circumstances, then how would you ever be able to in a marriage, So it's preparing us for things such as that. So definitely be sure to ask God to help you to forgive them. Ask God to renew your heart, soften your heart. And if there's any areas that you're struggling in, such as forgiveness, just ask God to help you, and He will definitely help you get through that. So I hope this helps. Give confirmation to someone that may have already received these instructions. I hope that it helps anybody that is struggling in any of these areas. Gives clarity, insight, sheds some light on some things for someone, and stay encouraged, stay blessed, and I will see you guys in the next video that God has me to release. Okay, bye.